Today we will talk about power, influence, and leadership. In the first section, we will discuss these topics. What is the difference between leading and managing? Managerial leadership. Can you be both a manager and a leader? 6 sources of power, common influence tactics, and how to use the tactics to influence outcomes. Now the question is, what is the difference between leading and managing? In considering management versus leadership, it's important to note that one is not inherently better than the other. They are 2 distinct but complementary systems of action. The main difference lies in their respective focuses. 1. Management is about coping with complexity. In complex organizations, especially large ones, good management is necessary to prevent things from becoming chaotic. Managers perform functions such as planning, investigating, organizing, and control to ensure the smooth operation of the organization. 2. Leadership is about coping with change. In a competitive and unstable business world, simply maintaining the status quo or making incremental improvements is insufficient for success. Leadership is needed to navigate and adapt to change. Leaders inspire others, provide emotional support, and rally employees around a common goal. They also play a crucial role in creating a vision and strategic plan for the organization. While there is overlap between the 2 roles, they have distinct focuses and responsibilities. Managers implement the vision and plan set by leaders, while leaders influence others and create the vision and plan. However, it's important to note that effective leadership often requires effective managerial skills to some extent. It's worth mentioning that good leaders are not necessarily good managers, and good managers are not necessarily good leaders. Each role requires different skills and approaches. A successful business owner or organizational leader needs to possess both strong leadership and managerial abilities. Leadership is about inspiring and getting people to believe in a vision, while management entails administering and ensuring day-to-day operations are running smoothly. Now, the second important question is, can you be both a manager and a leader? The answer is yes. It is possible to be both a manager and a leader. Managerial leadership is a concept that combines the elements of management and leadership. It involves influencing others to understand and agree on what needs to be done, and facilitating individual and collective efforts to accomplish shared objectives. Being a manager implies having the skills and abilities to plan, organize, direct, and control the operations of a team or organization. On the other hand, being a leader entails inspiring and motivating others, providing guidance, and creating a vision and strategic plan. Managerial leadership encompasses both aspects. While some people naturally possess leadership qualities, evidence shows that leadership skills can be developed and enhanced through training and coaching programs. Many companies invest in management development programs and provide leadership coaching to cultivate a pipeline of leadership talent within their organizations. It's important to note that managerial leadership can be demonstrated not only by individuals in formal management positions, but also by those who exhibit leadership qualities in their daily interactions, even if they don't hold managerial titles. This means that successful managers need managerial skills, and successful leaders need leadership skills. There are 6 sources of power. Let's summarize them in bullet points. 1. Legitimate power, derived from a manager's formal position and authority within the organization. For instance, a CEO has the power to set company policies and make executive decisions. 2. Reward power. Managers can offer rewards such as bonuses, promotions, or extra vacation days to motivate their employees. For example, a sales manager may offer a bonus for meeting monthly targets. 3. Coercive power. Based on the ability to administer punishments or penalties. An example would be a manager threatening to reduce work hours or issue a formal warning to an employee who consistently violates company policies. 4. Export power. Stemming from specialized knowledge or expertise. A software development manager who is an expert in coding languages can influence team members' decisions based on their expertise. 5. Referent power, arising from personal attraction, charisma, or admiration. A manager who is well liked and respected by their team members can influence their behavior and decisions through their charismatic personality. 6. Informational power, based on access to valuable information. An HR manager who has exclusive access to employee performance data can use this information to influence decisions regarding promotions or disciplinary actions. The common influence tactics are conscious strategies employed to influence and change the behaviors of others. These tactics include rational persuasion, utilizing reason, logic, and factual information to convince someone to adopt a particular viewpoint or take a specific action. Inspirational appeals, seeking to inspire and generate enthusiasm by appealing to the emotions, ideals, or values of others. This tactic aims to motivate individuals by connecting with their deeper aspirations and beliefs. Consultation, involving others in the decision-making process, planning, or changes to increase their commitment and support. This tactic recognizes the value of collaboration and seeks input to gain buy-in from others. Ingratiation, attempting to create a positive mood or favorable impression before making a request. This tactic involves building rapport, offering compliments, or engaging in friendly gestures to increase the likelihood of compliance. Personal appeals, drawing on personal relationships, friendship, or loyalty when making a request or asking for a favor. This tactic leverages existing connections and relies on the willingness of individuals to help based on personal ties. Exchange, making explicit or implicit promises and engaging in a give-and-take approach. This tactic involves offering something of value, such as resources, support, or favors, in exchange for compliance or cooperation. Coalition tactics, seeking the support and involvement of others to influence and persuade a target individual or group. This tactic involves forming alliances or building coalitions to increase influence and create a united front. Pressure, using demands, intimidation, or threats to enforce compliance. This tactic relies on exerting power or creating a sense of fear or obligation to compel others to act as desired. Legitimating tactics, basing a request on authority, organizational rules or policies, or explicit/implied support from superiors. This tactic relies on the legitimacy and formal power associated with the request to gain compliance. Okay, the last question we have in this section is, how do we use these tactics to influence outcomes? To effectively employ influence tactics, consider these key points. 1. Core tactics. Use rational persuasion, consultation, collaboration, and inspirational appeals, as they are more effective for building commitment. 2. Authenticity. Stay true to your values when using influence tactics to maintain credibility. 3. Consultation versus legitimation. Prefer a consultative approach over using authority, as it promotes acceptance among employees. 4. Ingratiating tactics. Be mindful of the long-term effects of tactics like flattery. They may work short-term, but can be detrimental in the long run. 5. Subtlety. Employ flattery and agreement subtly to increase the chances of gaining support, but do so genuinely. 6. Skill development. Influence skills can be learned. Use tools like 360-degree feedback for self-assessment and continuously improve your influence tactics. Remember, the goal is to foster positive relationships and outcomes through collaboration and persuasion, not manipulation. The next section in this chapter is trait approaches. Do leaders have distinctive traits and personal characteristics? We will learn positive task-oriented traits and positive negative interpersonal attributes. Are knowledge and skills important? And what do we know about leadership traits? Leadership traits significantly influence perceptions and effectiveness. Negative traits, often called the dark side of leadership, can adversely affect employees' mental health and include 1. Narcissism, marked by self-centeredness, superiority, and a quest for power. Narcissistic leaders may inspire but also provoke negative reactions like resentment. 2. Machiavellianism. Based on Niccolò Machiavelli's views, it involves manipulative tactics for personal gain, often resulting in unethical behavior and workplace issues. 3. Psychopathy. Characterized by a lack of empathy, impulsive actions, and no remorse, leading to toxic work environments and potential career setbacks. Recognizing and mitigating these traits is vital for creating a healthy work culture and improving organizational performance. Now, are knowledge and skills important? Of course, yes, knowledge and skills are crucial for effective leadership. The specific abilities and competencies mentioned are particularly important. 1. Cognitive abilities. Leaders need cognitive abilities to identify problems and their underlying causes in rapidly changing situations. This includes critical thinking, problem-solving, and decision-making skills. Leaders must be able to analyze complex situations, anticipate challenges, and develop effective strategies to address them. 2. Interpersonal skills. Interpersonal skills are essential for leaders to build relationships, influence others, and persuade them to support their ideas and initiatives. Effective communication, active listening, empathy, and conflict resolution skills are vital for fostering collaboration, motivating employees, and creating a positive work environment. 3. Business skills. Leaders need a solid understanding of business concepts and practices to maximize the use of organizational assets. This includes financial acumen, strategic thinking, resource allocation, and operational management skills. Business skills enable leaders to make informed decisions, manage budgets, allocate resources effectively, and drive organizational success. 4. Conceptual skills. Conceptual skills involve the ability to think strategically and understand the broader context of an organization. Leaders with strong conceptual skills can develop a clear mission, vision, and strategies for their organization. They can also translate these high-level concepts into actionable implementation plans that guide the organization's activities and drive progress towards its goals. Leadership is a multidimensional role that requires a combination of these knowledge and skills. While some individuals may naturally possess certain traits or abilities, continuous learning, development, and refinement of these skills are essential for effective leadership. The last question in this section is, what do we know about leadership traits? Trait theory suggests that leadership traits are pivotal for leaders' perception and effectiveness. 1. Leadership traits. They are crucial for shaping perceptions and the ability to lead. Organizations often tailor specific traits for their leadership development. 2. Positive versus dark triad traits. Traits like focus and integrity are linked to effective leadership, while dark triad traits, narcissism, Machiavellianism, psychopathy, are harmful. 3. Assessments. Personality and trait assessments are tools organizations use to identify leadership potential and develop it. 4. Cross-cultural competency. This trait is increasingly important in global business, emphasizing the ability to influence across cultures. In essence, leadership traits are integral to a leader's success, and organizations focus on fostering positive traits and cross-cultural competencies. Okay, now we will discuss behavioral approaches. Do leaders show distinctive patterns of behavior? Behavioral leadership approaches attempt to determine unique behaviors displayed by effective leaders. These approaches can be categorized into two groups: task-oriented behavior and relationship-oriented behavior. Task-oriented leader behaviors focus on ensuring efficient and effective deployment of human, physical, and other resources to achieve group or organizational goals. Initiating structure leadership involves organizing and defining what employees should do to maximize output. Production-centered leader behaviors emphasize the technical or task-related aspects of employees' roles. On the other hand, relationship-oriented leadership is primarily concerned with the leader's interactions with their team members. The emphasis lies in enhancing employees' skills and cultivating positive work relationships among co-workers and between the leader and the led. Consideration involves addressing the needs and desires of group members, aiming to create mutual respect and trust. Employee-centered leader behaviors prioritize building relationships with subordinates and attending to their individual needs. From the behavioral approaches, we can draw two key conclusions. First, a leader's behavior is more important than their traits. It is important to provide training on different forms of task and relationship leadership. Second, there is no universally applicable leader behavior that suits all situations. Effective leaders learn to match their behavior to the specific context at hand. The next section will discuss how to achieve this. In this section, we discuss situational approaches. Does leadership vary with the situation? This section covers three topics: the contingency leadership model, the path-goal leadership model, and what do we know about the situational approaches. The contingency leadership model, developed by Fiedler, evaluates whether a leader's style is task-oriented or relationship-oriented and determines its effectiveness based on the specific situation. Let me explain the key points regarding the model. 1. Two leadership orientations. The contingency model identifies two leadership styles. Task-oriented. Leaders with a task-oriented style focus on accomplishing goals and efficiently completing tasks, and relationship-oriented. Leaders with a relationship-oriented style prioritize building positive relationships and promoting collaboration among team members. 2. 3 dimensions of situational control. After identifying their leadership style, leaders should assess the context to determine their level of situational control. Fiedler's model considers 3 dimensions of situational control. Leader-member relations. This dimension reflects the extent to which a leader is supported, trusted, and respected by their work group. Task structure. It refers to the level of clarity and simplicity of tasks. Highly structured tasks provide more control to the leader. Position power. This dimension relates to the leader's authority, ability to reward or punish, and formal hierarchical position. 3. Effectiveness of leadership styles. According to Fiedler's research, neither leadership style is universally effective. Instead, the effectiveness of a leadership style depends on the situation. Task-oriented leadership may be more effective in highly favorable or highly unfavorable situations, while relationship-oriented leadership may be more effective in moderately favorable situations. Okay, now the path-goal leadership model. This model proposes that effective leaders enhance employee motivation by providing desirable rewards and clarifying the behaviors or paths that will help them achieve their goals. Let me explain the key points about the model. 1. Leadership effectiveness. According to the path-goal model, leadership effectiveness is determined by 2 factors: employee characteristics and environmental factors. Employee characteristics. 5 employee characteristics play a role in leadership effectiveness. These include locus of control, describing the extent to which individuals believe they have control over their work environment, task ability, need for achievement, experience, and the need for path-goal clarity. Environmental factors. 2 environmental factors influence leadership effectiveness. These factors are task structure, which refers to the degree of interdependence among tasks, independent or interdependent, and work group dynamics, which encompass the social dynamics and interactions within the work group. 2. Practical application of the path-goal model. The path-goal model suggests that different leadership behaviors are preferable based on employee characteristics and their locus of control. Employees with an internal locus of control, high task ability, and experience are more likely to prefer achievement-oriented leadership or group-oriented decision-making leadership. They believe they have control over their work environment. Employees with an external locus of control and those who perceive the environment as uncontrollable tend to prefer supportive or path-goal clarifying leadership. This is also true for inexperienced employees who may benefit from the structure provided by their leader. The last question in this section is, what do we know about the situational approaches? Situational approaches to leadership stress using multiple styles, guiding employees, adapting behavior, and providing support. Key points include: 1. Multiple leadership styles. Effective leaders employ various styles, adapting to situations. The path-goal theory outlines 8 styles, allowing leaders flexibility to try new approaches. 2. Guidance and coaching. Leaders act as guides and coaches, clarifying paths to success and removing obstacles. Effective coaching boosts employee performance. 3. Adapting behavior. Leadership style adjusts based on factors like employee characteristics and task specifics. Managers tailor their approach accordingly. 4. Supporting success. Leaders provide support through encouragement, direction, and coaching, understanding individual and team needs for effective leadership. Okay, now in this section, we will talk about the full range model, using transactional and transformational leadership. We discuss transactional and transformational leadership. The best leaders are both transactional and transformational, and 4 key behaviors of transformational leaders. Transactional and transformational leadership are distinct styles with key differences. Transactional leadership focuses on clarifying roles, setting tasks, and offering rewards and punishments based on performance. Engages in a transactional exchange, offering rewards for compliance and meeting expectations. Uses contingent rewards and punishments to motivate followers. Typically task-oriented, focusing on achieving specific goals. Transformational leadership aims to inspire followers to pursue shared organizational goals beyond self-interests. Influences followers by appealing to higher ideals and values. Leaders often possess extroverted, agreeable, proactive, and open to change traits. Flourishes in adaptive, innovative organizational cultures. These styles offer different approaches to leadership, each with its strengths and suitability for various organizational contexts. Transactional leadership is recognized as essential for effective leadership, establishing clear expectations and ensuring efficient task completion through rewards and punishments. It focuses on goal attainment and resource exchange. However, the best leaders also exhibit transformational leadership qualities, inspiring and motivating followers to higher performance levels. This involves creating a shared vision, empowering individuals, and fostering innovation. Research indicates that combining transformational with transactional leadership leads to superior performance. This balance addresses immediate tasks while fostering long-term development, resulting in improved outcomes. The 4 key behaviors of transformational leaders are: 1. Inspirational motivation. Transformational leaders inspire and motivate their followers by sharing a compelling vision that goes beyond individual interests. They possess charisma, which attracts acceptance and support from others. By effectively communicating a realistic, credible, and attractive future for the organization, leaders inspire motivation and commitment among their followers. 2. Idealized influence. Transformational leaders express integrity by consistently and persistently pursuing their goals. They act as models of desirable values and high ethical standards. By making sacrifices for the greater good, leaders earn the trust and admiration of their followers. 3. Individualized consideration. Transformational leaders go beyond expressing concern for the general well-being of their subordinates. They actively encourage individual growth and excellence by providing challenging work, more responsibility, empowerment, and personalized mentoring. They recognize the unique strengths and development needs of each follower and support their personal and professional growth. 4. Intellectual stimulation. Transformational leaders stimulate intellectual growth and creativity among their followers. They effectively communicate the organization's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, enabling individuals to develop a new sense of purpose. by encouraging individuals to view challenges as personal opportunities for growth, questioning the status quo, and seeking creative solutions. Leaders foster a culture of intellectual stimulation. The last section we will talk about is contemporary perspectives and concepts. In this section, we will discuss three topics: leader-member exchange leadership, servant leadership, and the power of humility. The leader-member exchange (LMX) model is a theory that examines the dynamics of relationships between leaders and their followers within a workplace context. Unlike many other leadership theories that concentrate on the characteristics or actions of either leaders or followers, the LMX model emphasizes the significance of the quality of relationships between managers, leaders, and subordinates, followers. According to the LMX model, leaders form unique relationships with each of their followers, which fall into two categories: in-group exchange and out-group exchange. In-group exchange is characterized by high levels of trust, respect, and mutual support between the leader and the follower, leading to positive outcomes such as increased job satisfaction, commitment, and performance. Conversely, out-group exchange involves minimal interaction, low trust, and limited benefits for both parties. High-quality relationships between leaders and followers, as proposed by the LMX model, are associated with numerous positive outcomes. These include enhanced job satisfaction, greater commitment and loyalty, improved communication and collaboration, and increased overall performance, benefiting both individuals and the organization. Additionally, the LMX model suggests that certain leadership styles and behaviors can influence the quality of leader-member exchanges. Transformational leaders, who inspire and motivate followers, are likely to foster high-quality LMX relationships. Similarly, leaders who demonstrate supportive behaviors, provide guidance and resources, and genuinely care about their followers tend to develop positive relationships with them. Servant leadership is a leadership philosophy and approach that emphasizes the idea of serving others and the organization rather than serving oneself. It involves a mindset and behavior where leaders prioritize the needs and well-being of their followers and the organization as a whole, rather than focusing solely on their own interests or personal gain. At the core of servant leadership is the belief that leaders should act as servants first and foremost. They see their role as serving the needs of their followers, empowering them, and helping them grow and succeed. This approach is in contrast to traditional leadership styles that may prioritize the leader's authority, control, and personal success. Servant leaders actively seek to understand and meet the goals, aspirations, and needs of their followers. They create a supportive and nurturing environment where individuals can thrive and reach their full potential. By putting the needs of others first, servant leaders aim to build trust, foster collaboration, and create a positive organizational culture. In addition to focusing on the well-being of followers, servant leaders also keep the organization's goals and objectives in mind. They align their actions and decisions with the broader purpose and mission of the organization. By serving the organization, servant leaders work towards its success and long-term sustainability, taking into account the interests of all stakeholders. Humility is often regarded as a desirable trait in leaders and is associated with various positive qualities and behaviors. It is considered to be a relatively stable personal characteristic rooted in the belief that there is something greater than oneself, whether it be a higher purpose, a collective goal, or the well-being of others. Humble leaders tend to exhibit 5 key qualities that employees value. 1. High self-awareness. Humble leaders have a deep understanding of their own strengths and weaknesses. They are introspective and have a realistic view of their abilities and limitations. This self-awareness allows them to recognize when they need assistance or when others may be better suited for certain tasks. 2. Openness to feedback. Humble leaders are receptive to feedback from others. They actively seek input and perspectives from their team members, recognizing that they do not have all the answers. They view feedback as an opportunity for growth and improvement, rather than as a threat to their ego. 3. Appreciation of others. Humble leaders genuinely value and appreciate the contributions of others. They acknowledge and recognize the efforts and achievements of their team members. They are quick to give credit to others and are not driven by personal glory or self-promotion. They create an environment where individuals feel valued and recognized for their contributions. 4. Low self-focus. Humble leaders are not self-centered or ego-driven. They prioritize the needs and interests of the team and the organization over their own personal agenda. They are more focused on serving others and working towards the collective good rather than seeking personal gain or recognition. 5. Appreciation of the greater good. Humble leaders have a broader perspective and a strong sense of purpose. They understand that their leadership role is not just about themselves, but about contributing to something greater than themselves. They are driven by a sense of mission and are motivated to make a positive impact on their team, organization, or society as a whole.
Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe to channel.